In this video, we're going to see how we can draw multiple scattered plots in one chart in Excel. And we're going to use data file fuel data from chapter 7, regression chapter, linear regression chapter. This is actually part B of question number 15 from chapter 7. So I'm going to go ahead, open the data file here. So here's the data file. All right. So in this question, we're asked to create a scattered chart with highway miles per gallon on the y-axis and displacement on the x-axis, for which the point representing compact, mid-size, and large automobiles. So the class type, we want to see in different shapes and colors. So basically what we want to happen is to have 3 different scattered plots on the same chart. And that's how you can actually make sure to customize the shape and color of your scattered plots, right? So if you have 3 of them, you can actually customize them the way you want. And then the next question is basically to comment on the relationship between these 2 factors for different types of cars. All right, so I'm just gonna first create the a scattered chart for one of these, for one type of the car, like let's say compact, and then we're gonna add the mid-size and we're gonna add large after that. So what I'm gonna do first thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna actually do a scatter chart. So this is gonna be y-axis, and then this one is gonna, displacement is gonna be the x-axis. So the only thing I'm gonna do is to make sure that the displacement is right next to the highway MPG to the left of it. So I wanna have X and Y. So I'll cut this, column C, cut, Control X, or you can just right click and cut, and then you just wanna paste it right here. Right click, insert, you wanna insert it. So I cut it and now I'm inserting it. So now I have displacement and highway MPG next to each other. So X and Y. Next thing I want to do, I want to make sure that I'm highlighting, or at least I need to know exactly where my data series are. So this data file is actually a sorted data file, as you can see here. And the different cars that we have are actually sorted. So like we have first compact cars, and then mid-size cars, and then large cars. So it's actually easier this time. We don't have to sort, but if we didn't have this data sorted, we first needed to sort. And in order to sort, you need to, I mean, this one way, obviously, but you can filter the data file and then sort A to Z or Z to A. That way you will have this data set sorted based on the class. Now, I just want to highlight the displacement and highway MPG for compact cars. So it's all the way right to 111 different types of cars. So I'm just going to highlight those, let's say in yellow. Then next thing I want to do, I want to highlight, let's say, large ones. And then mid-size are going to be the ones with no highlight. Let's say blue. If you want, you can also highlight these guys, the mid-size vehicles, into a different color. Let's say, let me just put it in green this time. So as you can see, 3 different data series, one for each type, each class of vehicles, large, mid-size, and compact. All right, so I have 3 types. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna draw a scatter chart for compact, which is the easiest one. Is I have the headers here, so I'm gonna go ahead and select the first rows that actually applies to compact. And I included, as you can see here, I included the headers, displacement, and highway MPG. And now I'm gonna go ahead and insert a scatter plot. So now I'm good. So this is for compact car. I didn't give the text compact. I never gave this name, but I have to make sure that this is actually assigned, like the data points that I have here are identified as compact vehicles. So, and then while I'm gonna do that, I'm also gonna add the mid-size and large cars as well. So the way it works is that is actually by right-clicking on your chart, select data. This is where you can actually change your X and Y values. If you have to do it manually, this is where you can do that. Or if you want to change the name of a data series, this is where you can do it. So this is when you click on, when you right click on this anywhere on this chart, select data, and you come here. So this one, first of all, I want to change the name of this one to compact. Right, so I just right click on this one, click on this one, select this one, click edit. And then for the name, you can just type compact, or you can just refer to one of these cells that says compact. Okay. And then I need to add, so this is for compact. I'm going to add mid-size. Let's say series name is going to be mid-size. You can type mid-size, or you can just refer to one of these. X value is going to be displacement, the green ones. And then for Y values, it's going to be MPG, highway MPG, the green cells, which apply to the mid-size cars, okay? All right, I didn't exclude this number 1 here. Now everything is correct. Like 113 is the name. From row 113 all the way to row 247, I can actually, that's where my mid-size class vehicles are stored. So, okay. And then add another one, this time for large size cars. So large class, that's the series name. X values are going to be displacement. Y values are going to be, can remove that one, and then 248 to 312, right? So this is where my third data series is stored on my data file. So after you complete all of these, after you insert all of the data series, you can just click OK, go back to your chart, scatter plot, and let's see. So now you can see by default, when you have different, like multiple different data series, Excel by default is going to actually give random colors to them, right? It's going to actually differentiate them by colors. But you have the option to actually customize the shape if you want to do that. First, let me clean this data chart a little bit. So I'm just going to get rid of the grid lines. I'm going to add axis title. I may want to also add a chart title. Another things that is going to be helpful is going to be a legend, maybe. It's going to tell us which color applies to which data series, or which type in this case, or which class of vehicle. So that's good. I think for now that's okay. I'll go ahead and add the names here. So this is actually MPG versus displacement for class, for different classes, right? For classes or vehicle classes, for different vehicle classes. So this is it. This is the chart title. All right. Next, I want to change the access title, add the access title. The first one was highway, MPG, y-axis, and the x-axis was displacement. All right, so that's actually a good example of how you can have multiple data series on one chart, and basically after that you can actually have different shapes, different format for your data point. If you need to add another data series, you just right click here, select data, and then you have the option to add. You have also the option to remove any of these if you don't need any of these in your data set, or if you made a mistake, you want to completely remove it and add it again. That's how you can do it. If you need to customize any of these data points, you can right click on them, format data series. As you can see here, only in this case, I just right click on one of these blue data points, and which actually applies to compact cars. So this format data series window actually pops up, and now you can go to the format tab. There is a line and there's a marker a tab, also sub tab. You can click, these are actually markers. There's no line here. So you can click on marker, and then let's say this is like blue fill. If you want to change the color maybe to, I don't know, another color, yellow maybe, that's how you can do it. If you need to change the border, I think it was blue again, you can change it to black or whatever. You have the option to do whatever you want basically here.